Hello. We all know how important health is. The most common thing we wish for each other is good health. Wishing is one thing, but taking responsibility for our health is another. Many things about our health we cannot control, such as genetic problems, accidents, and viruses, but many things we can control. So why don't we take responsibility to make our health great? I think the reason is because it's not high on our priority list. Well, for me it is, and I wish all of you that it is for you too. So why would you want to live healthy? Except for the obvious reason, to not have problems with your body. I'll speak from my own experience. For the last several years, I have been living very healthy. My health was high priority, and every year priority gets even higher and higher. I continue investing in my health, thinking more about it, how to improve it, because I have noticed three significant things that keep me going further. First is I feel better. My body feels better, my mind feels better. I think it's a great feeling to feel strong and fit. Sometimes I work out more, sometimes less, but it's not about working out. I think that the best, healthiest thing that you can do for your body is to move your body. So doing any kind of physical activity that you enjoy is what matters. I don't want to have problems with my body, so every day in the morning I warm up my joints with stretching and a bit of light exercise. 10 to 15 minutes is enough. And throughout the day I can use my body effortlessly because I have prepared it for the day. Now, second thing that I noticed is the healthier I live, the more energy I have for whatever I want to do or need to do. I have more stamina. I get tired less. I can do more things. I can do things longer. I can take on bigger projects and bigger adventures. So everything in a day goes in a way easier. Well, it would be easier for you, not me, because I don't care about easy and hard. If you want to know more about that, check out my previous video. And the third thing is, the more healthier I get, the more will I have. Not just to do what I need to do, but whatever I want to do, whatever I want to pursue, whatever project I have in mind, I can try. And many times we often think about to do something interesting or pursue some of our passions, but we delay it. We wait for the time when we have more will to do it. And how much time have we wasted just waiting for the right opportunity? I know I have wasted a lot of time and I don't want to waste anymore. Life is short and there's still so much things to experience and create. And that's why I want to live healthy, because healthy lifestyle gives me a fit body and mind ready for action, more energy to do whatever I want to do, and more will to do this. And all of this makes my life more beautiful. So how could you increase the priority of your health? I think two important things are honesty to yourself and acceptance of how your body is, in what condition is, and what is the cause of that. First, you need to be precise with your wishes and your goals. Be precise with your honesty to yourself. For example, If you want to be healthy, you're living in a fantasy world because you're thinking about the goal in the future. Health is not in the future, it's in the present. You need to want to live healthy. So thinking what you can do today, thinking every day about about your health, what you can do, not on some distant goal. So think about the actions you are taking. Are they healthy or unhealthy? And I think we should try to change our habits slowly to get used to the changes. Because many times when we try to make a big step forward, it becomes too much. We get overwhelmed and we drop the pursuit a lot of time. You can try, like I have, removing 1 or 2 unhealthy habits per year and adding 1 or 2 healthy habits per year. And if you fail, it doesn't matter, just keep trying. I have failed many times, but that doesn't bother me. I just try to find something that can work better, and in time I succeed with whatever I want. So when you choose to remove unhealthy habit or add a healthy one, you should also think about the timing. Is this the right time for do that right now? What's going on in your life? Can you manage that at that time? And are you ready for this? Be honest to yourself. Are you ready to make that change, or do you just wish for a result? You should not try to force yourself. If you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. Do it later or choose something else. If you are resisting doing things unwillingly, you will have less chance to success. Now, I mentioned acceptance is important. And what do I mean by that? Often change is not an attractive proposition. We need a very good reason for a change because we don't like change. I found out that if you start from complete acceptance of your current health situation, that you will find a very good reason to change if you're not satisfied with your current situation. So if you want to change something about your health, first you should try to understand it better. Try to understand the consequences of your actions. Some are obvious and some are not, and some habits you need to change just to notice what they were doing to you. But try to connect your habits with your consequences, or consequences with habits, and try to do this without any dislike of your current unhealthy consequences that you're suffering, and do this without complaining or creating excuses, because this will be more effective. So try to connect consequences with habits like it's a game. I'm doing this, so this happens, or this happened because I was doing that. And this is living consciously. You're not just thinking about the past. When you're doing something, you think about the consequences. Not just wanted consequences, but unwanted also. Are they healthy or unhealthy? And after a while of living like this, whenever you start to do something, you will be reminded of what are the consequences of those actions. So then you'll start to think about, do I want this if their consequences are unhealthy? Then you'll have to accept the trade. Think about the trade. Do I want to do this now that will make me feel better? But later I will have a long-term unhealthy consequence. If you constantly remind yourself of the consequences of your actions, there will come a point when you will be able to break your unhealthy habit. And this will become your conscious choice. It will come naturally. And I think this is what honesty to yourself and acceptance can do. So you are honestly admitting whatever consequences come from your actions, and you're completely accepting those consequences without any excuse. So I think if you follow this path, you can make a real change for the better. Now, one of the problems that stands between us and a healthy lifestyle is adaptability. Adaptability is an excellent survival mechanism. Downside is that we adapt to unhealthy lifestyles. After some times, we forgot how it feels to be healthy, how it feels to be excellent health. For that reason, I think we should remind ourselves for that. I think you should try to find time, at least 2 weeks, where you can live completely healthy, or as much as you can, just to get that feeling of excellent health. And then a longing in you may arise that will want you to stay on that level or come back to it. So I think it's important to remind yourself of how excellent we can feel. And the thing about the health is that we can always do something more about it. But if you are satisfied with where you are, how you feel, that's good enough. When you're not satisfied, you may try to cover it up with excuses or complaining, or simply try to ignore it. Or if you are not satisfied but are accepting of the consequences of your action, then you'll know what you need to do. You'll know what actions you'll need to change. So when you're satisfied with your health, you can get curious more about it. You can start to think more broadly about it. How can you improve it even more? You can always do something more. For example, with eating, it's not just about what you eat or how much you eat or how fast you eat. You can think about when you are eating, how many meals per day, how far apart are the meals, where you are eating, what you are doing while you're eating. Are you focusing on your meal or something else? How is your digestion after the meal? What you are doing after the meal? Are you going to sleep immediately after the meal? Which is a terrible idea, in my opinion. I always feel a lot better if I don't eat for at least 4 hours before I go to sleep. Next morning it's much better. Another thing that may improve your meal and health is to be grateful about your meal, believe it or not. And health is not just about health of the body, it's about mental health, of course. These things are connected. So understanding how your mind works will improve your mental health. And my channel is dedicated to living a more beautiful life. So every video is about mental health. So you can check any of them for that. That's all. Thank you for listening. If you thought this video was interesting and useful, share it with someone. And for the end, there's one more thing I want you to think about. This goes for everyone, but I think it will affect more people with children, especially young children. So many people feel and say they would die for their children. It's understandable, they would do anything for them. Dying could be simple and easy, but if you really would do anything for your children, would you live healthy for them? Would you show them beautiful and healthy life through your own example? Not through your words, but with your action. Think about it.